when the meltdown comes, just embrace it. And I have. Thanks, friend. Because nothing says romance like hot glue burns and existential dread. If this looked like a cry for help, it's because it is. Welcome to my wedding series, where I have just over a month to make everything for my wedding, including my own dress. I don't know that I'm going to be able to pull it off, but we're going to try. No point worrying, we do not have time for that, so we're just going to dive straight in. I'm going to be making my daughter's flower girl dress and my son's usher vest in this video. So we're going to start with Kay's. I wanted to use the pattern that I used for Vea's for my niece's grad dress, but unfortunately it doesn't go bigger. So because I can't make anything easy on myself, I'm going to modify that pattern to fit her. This is what we have so far. The brown paper is where I need to adjust it, and the white is what the original pattern was. I have no idea if this is going to work. I have no idea. But I've got both patterns hopefully modified. It looks like it'll fit, so I'm going to cut them out of fabric, make that fit, and then use those as pattern pieces. Okay, once I got the fabric all cut out and I got it put on her, what I did was I just held it tight and then marked the seams with permanent marker, and then made a seam allowance and did that. And I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna be, maybe. She snuck into my chair and I sat on her. What? It's my chair, Stinky. Okay, so I got the mock-up on her and it looks so stinking cute. Once I adjusted it, I did just hold it and like line it with permanent marker and then line it again with seam allowance once I took it off, and then cut it all and sewed it back on. After that, it fits well, I think. My biggest concern is whether or not I'm going to be able to put in flutter sleeves. I want to do a little flouncy sleeve with the I want to do a little flouncy sleeve. I want to do a little flouncy sleeve with the lace because I think that would be really cute. I got the high-low cut out of the skirt. I didn't use the pattern for the skirt. I just took a circle skirt and then adjusted it, cut a mock-up, and it was way too short on the side, so I had to fix it, but I think it's good now. So I'm going to cut everything out, and then we will see how it goes. Oh my goodness, you guys, I found my glasses. Oh, they're really dirty. I've been looking for them for weeks, and they've just been behind my sewing machine, I guess. So that's good. I'll be able to see again. But aside from that, I tried basting the overlay to Kay's dress on the machine, and then I had to seam rip this very delicate lace. And I was like, absolutely not. So I'm like, I guess I try hand basting for the first time, and oh my goodness, absolutely incredible. We'll never go back. I've got the pieces all basted together. They look a lot darker. You can kind of see the green. Oh, they're so freaking pretty. But that's what we're going to do, is we're going to sew the top together. I want to get the lining done, and I want to get the outside done. And then we will see where we are at while my hair is drying. It was looking touch and go there for a second, but we got it all sewn together and it fits, and I am very excited. So next what we have to do is sew the lining together. What I think I'm going to do is trim these edges and zigzag them first though, because they're not doing so great. So we're going to do that first, and then I'll sew the lining together, and I'll be back when I have the lining and the bodice together. So, okay, I have the lining and the outside pinned together. Let's sew it together. And lining done. It looks so pretty. It's going to be so cute. What I am going to have to do is hand baste the arm sides just to make sure that they're all going to sew in together really well. And then I have these strips cut to make sleeves so that there'll be like that scallop edge on the sleeve. So I'm going to go do that. But first I want to put the skirt together. I've got the dress done, and I've got the overlay done, and now I'm going to sew the waist together with a hand basting stitch so that I can gather it to the bodice. And we're getting really close to being done this, and I'm a little nervous because it's going really well, and that's always a bad thing. So we'll see. I've cut these pieces to be the sleeve, and because I wanted the ruffle to be on the because I wanted the scallop edge to be on the sleeve, it had to be straight, and I couldn't find a pattern that would offer me that. So I'm just gonna French seam it and then gather it to the sleeve and hope it ruffles nicely. I don't know. We're gonna mess around and find out, I guess. I got sleeves on. They look like they're gonna work really well, so that's awesome. And then I basted in the zipper. I'm gonna be hand basting everything from now on. I don't know why it took me so long to try that, but I am sold. So I'm gonna change my foot, get this zipper in, finish the hem, and then it'll be next project time. This is actual garbage. I am so frustrated because I've got the whole dress done. It looks freaking beautiful. This thing looks incredible. I'm so excited. But do you think I can hem this lace to save my life? No. No, I can't. I don't know why this is happening. Everyone's saying it's a tension issue. I've tried turning up my stitch length. I've tried turning down my stitch length. I've adjusted my tension. And it's still doing this pucker thing where they like, the hem isn't like straight. It's like gathering them in a weird... And I don't know whether I should just do a rolled hem. I think my option is to roll the hem. I think that's my only option. But if it does not go well, then I am screwed. I am very screwed. So, I guess we give that a whirl and then hope I don't have to like cut the edge off her dress. Oh, it's like perfect. I'm so excited. Go on. Does anybody else have a hard time getting the feet on? It drives me crazy. I'm so terrified of like one of my cats actually stepping on the pedal and through my fingers. Terrified. Okay, take 2. So never roll hem lace. Got it. Check. What was I thinking? It was so bad. Okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do about this lace. I can't just leave it raw, right? Like, I can't just leave the end the way that it is. It looks cute, it looks just fine, but like, it's lace, so it's gonna fall apart, right? Like, that's what happens with lace. It just disintegrates. Yes, I'm wearing a shirt that says, "Let me sleep." That's the vibe today. That's the vibe every day. I slept on it, and what I eventually ended up deciding on is I'm gonna take this trim that I have, this like lace trim, and just sew it on and then like flip it and top stitch it so that it has this pretty little decorative thing on the bottom, but the seam is hidden. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Make sure I have enough of this and then sew it on. Well, hot damn, sometimes I'm a freaking genius. Look at this. Ooh, it's gonna be so perfect. So now I just have to flip it back and top stitch it, and then I'm done the dress. I didn't have enough of the other one I was using, so I switched to this one, but like, it's gonna work. Oh, thank goodness. My God. All right, let's get this done. I've been down here for about 30 minutes trying to cut just Caroline's tulle skirt. This is some bullshit. When I said I was gonna do stuff with tulle, somebody should have stopped me, because I have a secret project coming up that is gonna use so much tulle, and the idea of facing that for future me is just like wanting to throw in the towel now, but that's not what we do here. We may swear, we may fight through it, but we don't quit. So, let's get this skirt put together. I'm gonna cut 6 layers at least. I'm gonna have to do it in sections, which kind of frustrates me because then I have to do seams in tulle, and I did not want to have to do that, but that's the only option that I have. So, seams in tulle it is. And then at least it's a dry run for my secret project. I'm so dumb sometimes. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. I completely forgot everything that I've ever known about sewing, and that like you just put the hole on the corner, and then this whole front piece is this, and then you cut the circle, and then oh my goodness. Sometimes you just need a breakdown. Just, you know what, when the meltdown comes, just embrace it. Sometimes you need it to move forward, I guess. Well, everything's fine, everything's fine. You put the waist in that corner, and you put the waist in that corner, and then everything works out fine. What is wrong with me? I somehow lost all of my footage of filming my son's vest, but this is how it turned out. It was super easy, the pattern. Next time I'm going to use wash away stabilizer for the buttonholes. I was always finding that the buttons would stick on the machine, so using the stabilizer definitely helped keep the buttonholes not sticking to the feet. So I'll be using that in the future, but definitely need to get some wash away. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Love you guys.